Buildings found with inefficient energy usage would soon be required to undergo an energy audit that is based on a new government mandate that will apply to buildings with gross floor areas of at least 5,000 square meters. That's the size of about 20 tennis courts. It goes into effect next year and will kick off with commercial buildings, healthcare facilities, recreation centers, and institutional buildings that fall under the criteria. Claudia Lim with more.
Singapore Expo plays host to some of the country's biggest events and has a sizable carbon footprint, but it hopes to change that. The Expo is taking steps to reduce emissions, including installing chargers for electric vehicles and investing in rooftop solar panels.
As a venue, usually we contributed about 10 to 15% of the carbon for the events itself. So that's why we're looking really to how to play our part to help the event organizer and everybody to reduce their carbon footprint.
This week, the Expo is hosting BuildTech Asia, an exhibition for the built construction industry. It's the first event here to pilot a project that measures sustainability in the business event industry by tracking event waste and carbon emissions.
I think we are working a lot closely with our partners, including the stamp builders, the cleaning contractors, to make sure that we actually measure the output of waste from the events and then look at how we can take further steps to reduce the waste and obviously the carbon footprint of the event itself. So in terms of event organization, we look at various areas like recycling of the badges, looking at using more sustainable materials in the build.
With buildings accounting for over 20% of Singapore's emissions, Expo joins a growing number of them looking to decarbonize by retrofit. But retrofitting can be costly and complicated, especially with older buildings. To help green this existing stock, the National Development Ministry is introducing a mandatory energy improvement regime that will kick in next year.
This mandatory energy improvement, or MEI, regime will require the owners of buildings with poor energy performance to conduct an energy audit and implement measures to reduce their energy consumption. These buildings will be required to maintain an improved level of energy performance over a stipulated period.
The measures can range from replacing faulty parts and sensors to using power-saving lighting to cut back on energy use. The Building and Construction Authority estimates that fewer than 100 buildings could be subject to the regime.